the squad in the year 2001. They're up for their 5th one.
The Cup specialists. It's an interesting game in it, the Super Cup, coming before the England-Germany, with Liverpool, Bayern Munich.
And plus it gives them a boost. If they could, knock over Bayern Munich, it gives them a confidence boost for the Champions League. And really, it's been a long time for them. It's been a long wait to get into the elite competition.
It's got so many memories. The competition has got fond memories and very, very sad memories as well.
Yeah, Heysel, of course.
Obviously, they've won 4 European Cups, but Heysel is the one that sticks out in the mind. Final against Juventus.
I was considering whether I should ask you, gentlemen, who will win and why, but I'm sure you've already said that Liverpool will win, and they'll win by plenty.
That's exactly right, mate.
Liverpool to win. I'm not predicting the score this week, though.
You see the grass? The grass at this stadium is very particular because of the parking underneath. It seems to be very, very sandy.
The whole stadium underneath is underground parking.
Yep.
Very interesting.
What are they singing there, Andy? Can you understand that?
I don't think so.
It's got all the ingredients of a great game, really. I mean, if you really look at it, it's an international curtain raiser for next week, isn't it?
There's the UEFA theme, and we are all set. It's the European Super Cup, Bayern Munich against Liverpool. And you'll find that the world's #1 English-speaking football commentator, Martin Tyler, will call the game for us today.
Well, welcome to Monaco, the sun-kissed haven of the rich and famous, and also the now permanent home for the UEFA Super Cup, the annual joust between the successful clubs from the previous season in the European Cup and the UEFA Cup. And that means Bayern Munich against Liverpool. It's certainly a match that stands up in its own right, but it is also an intriguing foretaste of the critical World Cup qualifier between England and Germany, which is just 8 days away. Well, Bayern missing luminaries like Effenberg and Scholl. There is a place for Robert Kovac, the younger of the 2 Croatian international brothers signed during the European summer break, and also for the Peruvian striker Claudio Pizarro. And look at number 23 there, Owen Hargreaves, born in Canada, but now an England international after winning his first cap for the country of his father. Giovanni Elber is pretty much the senior striker for Bayern. Liverpool have 2 key players fit tonight, the goalkeeper Westerveld and Steven Gerrard in midfield. Both have missed some of the early weeks of the English season. There's also a place for Jon Arne Riise on what was his home pitch until he left Monaco for Liverpool a couple of months ago. He'll play on the left of midfield. Patrick Berger is a casualty for Liverpool, and he needs perhaps some knee surgery. 7 substitutes per side, as the normal European rules permit. Any 3 can be used. Oliver Kahn, who did more than most to ensure that Bayern Munich got their hands on the European Cup. Penalty shootout performance of colossal proportions from the Bayern goalkeeper. The officials tonight, all from Portugal, headed by the referee Victor Melo Pereira. It's Bayern Munich in the red. Liverpool have had to change in white shirts. They have won the Super Cup before, back in 1977. Been very hot down here in the Principality today. Westerveld picked up a thigh strain in a pre-season game back in July. but he's back in the Liverpool goal tonight. He missed Liverpool's first Premiership game, the win over West Ham last Saturday. Bayern deeper into their new season. They played 4 matches. And that's possibly one difference to look out for tonight if you've been a student of these Super Cups in the past. They often fall in the calendar before the league campaigns get going for the competing teams. And that isn't the case tonight, so everyone's that much sharper. Hargreaves, who is playing more centrally in the midfield for Bayern tonight, which I think he'll appreciate, having made his England debut wide on the left against Holland in a difficult performance for England. He didn't really show what he was capable of. Jamie Carragher on the ball here also played in that England midfield that night at White Hart Lane, but he's in his more usual club place at left back. Westerveld did play in the Charity Shield, which for Gerard Houllier was trophy number 4 of the calendar year 2001. And they're setting their sights on a 5th piece of silverware here. Gary McAllister. Carragher. He knocks it long. The fight eventually goes up against Emil Heskey. The home of Monaco in a footballing sense. There's a stadium with a capacity only 13,000. Snug stadium. And they're pretty nearly full. And I must say I would go along with UEFA and their decision to play the game here. It just is about the right size of stadium. It's an attractive venue, an attractive part of the world for the fans to come to if they can afford it when they get here. Bayern, of course, absolutely thrilled to win the Champions League, not just in its own right, but because they felt they were so harshly done by an English club, Manchester United, a couple of years earlier. And they really should have won, but they're in trouble here. Straight away from a throw, and they didn't defend it at all until finally, as Owen sped away, he looked for Heskey. There's a risk of Heskey being offside. He wasn't. And he was challenged in the nick of time, and Liverpool have a corner, and that means the presence in the Bayern penalty area of the, well, not just Heskey, of course, but the tall Sami Hyypiä, who had a new squad number for this season, number 4. McAllister takes. And it's really cracked over the bar by Didi Hamann, one of 2 former Bayern Munich players in the Liverpool ranks tonight. It's another reason for spice in the occasion. Marcus Babbel is the other. What's also good about this stadium are the acoustics as well. Elbert. Samuel did very well last season and is now a fully fledged French international. A real raider down the right-hand side. And purveyor of a long throw as well. Well, that's one apiece for Hamann. For Liverpool, reads Sforza for Bayern with an out-of-penalty area blast that almost went out of the ground. Liverpool have qualified for the Champions League, having won their 2 matches against the Finnish club Haka. big aggregate, 9-1. This will be a different sort of test for them at the upper end of the echelons of European football. Risa's header. Salihamidzic. The Bayern starting 11 of many nations tonight. Elbert. Was possessed very cleanly by Stéphane Anchaud. It's been a good venue, this, in the 3 previous Super Cups that have been staged here for players from South America. The Uruguayan Gus Poyet won the Super Cup with a goal for Chelsea in '98. It was Salas of Chile for Lazio in '99, and last season it was Jardel, the Brazilian striker, who scored twice for Galatasaray to take the Super Cup back to Turkey. Hamann. So beware the South Americans. The message to Liverpool. Bayern have got Elber, of course, and Pizarro. Sforza trying to play one of his trademark passes. Oliver Kahn may be the only member of this Bayern starting lineup to play against England a week tomorrow. Scholl is in the squad, though he's not in the Bayern picture tonight. And of course, Effenberg has long since turned his back on the national team. He's got a foot injury anyway. It's a powerful player, Risa, who won that header. Pizarro was in German football when Bayern opted to deal with him in the transfer market. He was with Werder Bremen. Beaten by Huppier in the air. And here's Elber. Anchaud drawn out of the centre. Elber with a chance to get in a decent cross. Deflected off a Babel and claimed by Westerveld. Another of the Bayern newcomers, Pablo Thiam. From Stuttgart and is international with Guinea. Owen, who loves to work on the shoulder of the last defender, and his pace is now of a world renowned, of course. It troubled Robert Kovac here. His brother Nico is one of the substitutes for Bayern this evening. Now, not the greatest angle for Gary McAllister to go directly for goal, but he's having a good look at it. Just teases it in. Chance for Babel. He'd love to get a goal tonight against his former employers, and this could have been it. He had to fight to get his header to it. He managed it leaning back, and Thiam would have been disappointed if that had gone in. He was given the job of containing Babel. Ten minutes gone. If it's level after 90 minutes, goes into extra time, of course, with the golden goal rule. It was settled, the Super Cup, by a golden goal for Galatasaray a year ago. And of course, Liverpool won the UEFA Cup by the golden goal method against Alaves in that extraordinary 9-goal evening. Oh, and Hamann really didn't need to make this challenge here. I don't think Elbert had any room to manoeuvre because of the touchline. So that was a bit of a gift to Bayern. And Chiriaco Sforza takes it and can't get the better of the two-man Liverpool wall. Bayern have already lost a couple of games this season to Hertha Berlin in the German League Cup, and then in their opening Bundesliga game to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Since then they've beaten Schalke, the runners-up to them in the Championship last year. They got a good point away to Leverkusen, and they beat St. Pauli last weekend. So thrilled Liverpool to be back in the European Cup, or the Champions League, which it has of course become known as since Liverpool were last in it. And this will be a barometer for them as to how they might progress. Claiming that his shirt was being tugged. There are those who claim that Oliver Kahn is currently the best goalkeeper in the world. That's quite a billing. But I must say, with performances and his general dominant personality, he's definitely a candidate for that accolade. Lizarazu stayed with Bayern after being touted in the transfer market by several clubs, including Manchester United. Harman and Gerrard making life difficult for Salihamidzic. Throw to Bayern. Fast and flat. But not in the end fearsome for Liverpool to deal with. Just the early weeks of the European season. It is brimming with potential. And also very much in the boom stage for the image of the game, the finances of football on the continent, and the appeal for the fans. Archer. Liverpool not over-impressed with the playing surface when they arrived here to train yesterday. Good header down by Risa. The runner infield of him was his midfield ally, McAllister. Elbert doing well under challenge. On from Sforza. Lizarazu. Salihamidzic is the victim and the purveyor of the crime, and getting a caution for it. Didi Hamann. It's not just because he's playing against his old club. He's that type of tenacious tackling midfield man who will get himself a number of yellow cards if he mistimes his challenges. Headed away by Carragher, who stood his ground. A really natural defensive player, Jamie Carragher. Don't find him too often in the attacking half of the pitch. We've had a sighter from Sagnol. Length of the throw. Pizarro trying really, I think, more to help it on than actually score with his touch. Jamie Redknapp, happily for Liverpool, and particularly for himself, fit again. He missed the whole of last season. He scored a goal in that Champions League qualifier second leg on Tuesday, which will add even more zest to his recovery. And you could hear maybe the cry from the Liverpool bench, "Don't foul him," to Gary McAllister. He didn't do that. He's on the ball here. Closed down quickly by Hargreaves. All action, all hustle, the Canadian-born player, who's opted, as I said earlier, to pursue his international career with England. There was some suggestion that he might actually take up German citizenship and throw in his lot with that national team. Still could do it, even though he's played a game for England. It was only a friendly international. Emil Heskey missed that match through injury. Not much McAllister could do with that. He was struggling to reach the ball. Bayern have competed for the Super Cup before, but they've not won it. They lost in '75 to Dynamo Kiev and in '76 to Anderlecht, which was a surprise on both occasions because they would have been, as European champions, the favourite to pick up the extra bonus trophy, if you like, which this one is. To be a winner, to be in it. Lizarazu. Salihamidzic. Left out Bayern from the starting 11. A couple of strikers have been in the league action recently. Alexander Zickler and Carsten Janker amongst the substitutes. Elbert. Liverpool's style is pretty much built on the counter-attack. Certainly with the pace of Owen and the power of Heskey, who's pretty quick himself as well. Well, Harman grabbed the ball before the whistle went, but he did get the free kick. It's strange for you to believe this, but Liverpool have had some criticism in England last season for being a bit defensive. They ended up scoring 127 goals from 63 competitive matches. It suggests otherwise, but they do like to draw the sting of the opposition. They're very good at getting in organised fashion behind the ball. Back four and a bank of four in midfield, and the strikers drop back from time to time as well. They are a good defensive side, and Hurpier shows his own personal qualities, but back come Bayern. Pizarro. Picked up here by Kovac. Good movement by Pizarro to get the ball to feet. No one went with him from Liverpool. Awkward bounce. Lizarazu. Babel's header. Sforza knocks it back for Bayern. And down by Lizarazu to link up. Plenty of backing here for both the camps. Sagnol. Liverpool won't be too worried about this, about Bayern knocking the ball around in this part of the pitch. particularly if one or two in red get further forward than they perhaps should do. There's a bit of backing in by Sforza, so it's Liverpool's free kick. Liverpool doing the treble of League Cup, FA Cup, UEFA Cup last season. They've added to that the Charity Shield, the winners of the league against the winners of the FA Cup by beating Manchester United earlier this month. They did it with a flying start, 2 early goals and rather hanging on. But they crossed the finishing line first then. And that was their 4th piece of silverware in this calendar year. Sagnol. And he gets it back. Sforza. Pizarro. Now Hargreaves. It's the sort of situation that Liverpool like to exploit with a fast break. And they've got that break going with the right man for them. Michael Owen at pace. It's 1-0 Liverpool. And Risa rounded it off. It was the perfect scene for the quick switch forward. And Bayern Munich had no answer. Look at the way Michael Owen bent his run. Played onside by a defender on this side of the pitch. Risa saying, just put it there for me. And Owen did just that. Well, it's a great moment for the Norwegian. Back on a ground he knows so well. The former Monaco man. Puts down a marker really at a new club as well. And it's Bayern Munich 0, Liverpool 1. The classic Liverpool counter-attack. Razu. Salihamidzic. Jonan Risa would prefer to play at left back, I think, but there is a vacancy on the left in midfield if Berger's going to be missing for a while. That's not to say there aren't other candidates like Nicky Barmby, Danny Murphy. Ball by Salihamidzic is a very good one, but the touch wasn't quite up to the same quality from Elbert. Liverpool was struggling for a moment. Heskey heads off. If Risa's going to get his preferred left-back position, of course, this is the fella he's got to try and replace. It won't be easy, Jamie Carragher. But he isn't naturally left-footed, as you can just judge from this little passage of play, whereas Risa is. Hupia. Well, a really happy moment for Liverpool at the halfway point of the first half. A goal made by Owen, who's looking to slip in again. Well, he's been scoring plenty either side of the European summer break. Owen, just listen to this, has scored 15 goals in Liverpool's last 9 matches. But so far tonight he's been provider. And he's earned his team a corner. To almost work with a touch at the near post. Bayern haven't cleared it yet. Back by Gerrard. Khan's got to try and make his presence felt here, and he's done just that. Not too happy with what was going on. I think before the corner was taken, there was a little bit of byplay with Herpier as well. Khan came up with the ball here and maybe just reasserted himself in his own penalty area. It's going to be hard in such warm temperatures for the players to sustain the quick early tempo. Archer. Now Carragher. McAllister. Oh, with the goal advantage, Liverpool quite prepared to knock the ball around and make Bayern work and sweat that much more. Lucky Carragher. Hargreaves. Now Lizarazu. I think the foul's been given against Steven Gerrard. Who doesn't pull out of tackles, and he got the ball. But it's all about angles, and that wasn't the view that the referee had. Taken by Sforza. Hooked on by Thiam, but to no detriment to Liverpool's position. Good delivery. From Sforza. Headed by Herpier. Heskey beaten by the bounce. There's a bit of bone in the ground here because there is a car park beneath the playing surface. And the ground actually has a concrete base to it. Makes it tough for the groundsman. Occasionally tough for the players. Well, rather perplexed, Ottmar Hitzfeld. Pizarro. Some elusive running and a pass to find the adventurous Lizarazu. Salihamidzic slipping at the vital moment. There goes Steven Gerrard, who's a very powerful runner with the ball as well as without it. Bubble. Heskey's offside. And it's another way that they can inject pace into their breaks, Liverpool, with Gerrard. And if Steven Gerrard's fit, he's an absolute certainty to start in England's midfield in Munich, 8 days after playing against Munich here in Monaco tonight. Risa. There wasn't too much else on for him other than to just shield the ball and wait for some support, but Boyd, by having scored already, ball did sit up invitingly, but he kicked across it rather than through it. Heskey. Let's go and win it back again and again, but he wasn't successful, and it's Bayern with Sforza. Elber. Faced by Babel. Still gets his cross in. And it was a probing one as well. Heskey. Owen. Michael Owen is away. Is it going to be 2 for Liverpool? Khan keeps him out and keeps his side in touch. And maybe scores a psychological point or two against Owen, should that happen in the World Cup qualifier next weekend. But again, direct and dangerous from Liverpool. All credit to Oliver Kahn. He wasn't fooled by Owen as he tried just to drop the shoulder, have a check. Kahn stayed on his feet, didn't commit himself, and was a tall enough barrier to let the ball hit him, and the save could yet be a very significant one tonight, and as I say, in the context of the World Cup as well. Lizarazu. And he got back on his feet. Vicente Lizarazu very quickly to make that interception. Salihamidzic. Lizarazu. Liverpool will be quite happy to see the ball played in front of their defensive lines. So they're all trying to get round behind them. And still trying and doing well to get a cross in. Well, it would have been Albert's goal, but all the spade work done by the French right-sided player, Willy Sagnol. Very industrious. And it wasn't too far away, the header from Albert. Salihamidzic. Eased off it was Gerrard. The decision goes his way this time. Steven Gerrard, who has had injuries that have been associated with simply the problems of growing as a young man. But he did play 50 times for Liverpool last season, and he's put behind him an ankle problem that was a bit worrying for club and for country to start the game tonight. Lizarazu. Hargreaves running into his own player. Salihamidzic. Dominant figure of Hurpier again in the air. Babel. Owen's on the move again. Trying to get in between two defenders. Thiam got to the ball though. Salihamidzic has lost it. Carragher. There's a strong arm there by Linker. Owen looked protestingly at the referee. That's rather wasteful by McAllister, by his standards. Albert trying to get the better of Herpy on the ground. Yes, it was running away from McAllister. Foot was possibly a little bit high. Not quite the angle of replay to clear it all up for you, but my impression first up was that the referee was right to give Bayern the free kick. Kovac. Well, Pizarro's shot was way off the mark, but it's just a reminder to Liverpool that the lead is a narrow one. The opponents are of a high order. Not exactly at full strength tonight. There are other players missing. Paulo Sergio damaged a hamstring in the last league game against St. Pauli. Jens Jeremies is still not fit after a couple of operations. But they've got a big squad, and Liverpool know all about mixing and matching to get it right. They've got plenty of players to involve as well. Great competition, 4 places. It's often the essence of a successful football club. And just look how many Liverpool players are back, helping the collective defensive effort, protecting the 1-0 lead. Risa, who misjudged that header or couldn't reach it, has given them. Overcooked by Sagnol. The two clubs have met before in European competition 3 times, and twice Liverpool got through. Once Bayern had the better of it. Most recent meeting was 20 years ago in the semi-final of the European Cup. Liverpool went on to win the trophy. Haven't played their German opponents in a competitive game since then. And here the appreciation of the Liverpool fans of the work rate of their team in midfield, Hamann in particular. And then Carragher clips it long. Lizarazu. Looks promising for Bayern. Salihamidzic with the cross. But it is more like Sagnol's from the opposite side a couple of minutes ago. Hit too strongly. Linker's header. Hargreaves. Heskey. Not happy about the attention behind him of Robert Kovac, nor was the referee. Just over 5 minutes to go to half-time, and it's 1-0 to Liverpool. John Arne Riise with his first goal for the club. Heskey. Following could be in. A mistake by Thiam. Again, the referee had a good look at it. He probably wanted to check the opinion with the assistant as well. Who, looking from that far side, would have maybe had a good view. But it was initially a Bayern defensive mistake. Owen was just trying to nick the ball, which he did, but he couldn't, having pinched it. put it away. Sagnol. Cross. Lizarazu. Again, it's the case of that high bounce on this pitch with a firm base to it. Ball wouldn't settle at a convenient height. It's a mistake by Thiam there. See, Owen was in, and then I think pretty happy to go to ground, and he was doing a bit of grabbing himself on Robert Kovac. Not a penalty claim carrying much justification. Foul by Elbert. That Michael Owen replay was another incident of looking for who's grabbing whose shirt, and it is a feature. Or maybe feature's the wrong word. It is prevalent in football at the moment, the shirt pulling and tugging, and I know the officials are working hard to try and spot it and penalise the offenders. Dia. Now Hargreaves. Sagnol. Pizarro has got away from Carragher. But, he was helped out by his captain, Sami Hyypiä, captaining the side tonight, because the club captain, Jamie Redknapp, not in the starting 11, nor the vice-captain, Robbie Fowler, who's also a substitute, and is back in favour after a dispute with the assistant manager, Phil Thompson. Training ground bust-up that became rather public and became rather polarised until Fowler eventually apologised. Cost him his place in a couple of games, including the first Premiership game for Liverpool against West Ham, when he would have played, because Heskey was under the weather and didn't play. Arisa. From Carragher. Here's a thigh muscle that Westerveld has had trouble with, so kicking is something that he's had to prove that he's okay for. Seems to be kicking it well without that little grimace of pain. Arman's pass. Heskey wanting to go it alone here, and he certainly can. Oh, he can. He just ripped Bayern Munich apart. Emil Heskey. Saluted by all connected with Liverpool. Another player very much in the reckoning to take on Germany for England in a few days' time, and he's staked his claim really in the grand manner by having a go at the defence of the German champions, the European Cup holders, and leaving them totally in his wake. Kahn wasn't quick enough off his line, and it is on the stroke of half-time. Bayern Munich 0, Liverpool 2. You've seen the essence of Liverpool over the last 45 minutes. Strong in resolve in their defending and very capable on the break, leading to Risa's goal from Owen's thrust. Owen might have got a goal himself, and Heskey's, well, a celebratory effort right on the stroke of the interval. Very enjoyable if you're a Liverpool fan here in Monaco tonight. So far, it's half-time, and it's Bayern 0, Liverpool 2. in defence of Bayern Munich, their side isn't as near full strength as their English opponents. And they've certainly looked vulnerable at the back to the pace of Owen and Heskey, whereas Liverpool, Ancho and company have looked their normal resilient selves and really restricted the German team to shots from outside the penalty area, a few hopeful crosses. No serious work for Son de Westerveld on his return to the Liverpool ranks tonight. Both these clubs have matches to look forward to on Monday, but of differing complexities. Bayern have a cup tie against a third division German club, whereas Liverpool return to the Premiership and an away game at the surprising leaders going into this weekend of the English League, Bolton Wanderers, who have played 2 games and scored 6 goals without reply. And Liverpool looking for a third. Michael Owen. Well, that surely killed off any attempts Bayern are going to have to dig themselves out of the pit of the first half. They're deeper in the mire. And Owen, having made the first, scores the third. Very badly misjudged by Thiam. Very expertly taken by Owen, who keeps this extraordinary run going and takes his tally to 16 goals in a 10-game streak, and still time to add. Kahn must be furious with his defenders. Otmar Hitzfeld's just had 15 minutes to try and bolster the morale, to get the team to believe that a 2-goal deficit might not be insurmountable. And then within 15 seconds of the restart, they are 3-0 down. Daniel. Concentration is the essence for Liverpool now, with this 3-goal cushion. His details shining brightly now on the scoreboard as night falls in this affluent part of the Mediterranean coast. Well, Michael Owen's left foot used to get some stick for not being an important part of his repertoire, really, just for standing on. And suddenly he's found the knack of scoring goals with his left foot, particularly one in the FA Cup final. And he left some experienced Arsenal defenders in his wake. And he's done the trick from that side again here. But I have to say it was a pretty awful play by Bayern Munich. Carragher. They did lose a 3-0 lead in one Premiership match last season, did Liverpool. It was away to Southampton, it finished 3 each. Not looking to settle for 3 here, and Heskey actually wanted it to feet. Out comes Khan. Well, what a double for Liverpool in the closing seconds of the first half and the opening seconds of the second half to absolutely cement the position given them by scoring the first goal of the game midway through that first half through Yonan Arisa. Salihamidzic. Pizarro. Elber. Well, plenty of frowns and inquests from the Bayern players, and Gerard Houllier maybe now thinking of using the substitutes. He's got plenty of good options and making sure that some of his first choice players are spared any further exertions and are ready for another run out in the league on Monday night. Of course, the expectations of the Liverpool fans is growing almost by the hour through this calendar year that has been so successful for Liverpool Football Club. In prime position to get their 5th trophy of 2001. Peggy Alfexad. So I just wonder whether Westerveld is feeling that thigh muscle again. Bayern have the ball. 3/5 of the possession. But Liverpool have 100% of the goals. There's an offside there against Elber to help keep that statistic intact. Heskey jumping with Robert Kovac. Lupia. Nice work by Gerrard. Heskey. And way out for Bayern through Lizarazu. Had 1 or 2 useful forays in the first half. Oh, a mistake by Babel. Salihamidzic, Pizarro. Well, that's as good a chance as Bayern Munich have had so far, and it came from a Liverpool error, really. Babel losing his composure, and Pizarro maybe needing a bit more composure. Nicely cut back to him by Salihamidzic. It did just bobble up as the Peruvian struck the shot. Carsten Janker there, waiting for the call. Certainly kicking the ball well enough for Sander Westerveld. Heskey climbing brilliantly. It's back towards Owen, who was just guilty of watching the play rather than wondering where he was positionally. He was offside. That's the way to win a header. Sforza, but he dropped too long. Gerrard got a foot in. Carragher. Reset. Was great work by the Norwegian in the end. Kovac unknotted himself and made the block. Referee's ready. McAllister will take the corner. The distraction. Pizarro leaning on him. Up comes Khan, and I think it's a percentage decision there for the referee. I don't know how much wrong Herpia was doing. He was complaining he was being pushed. But it's a free kick Bayern's way. Another look at a scoreline that will delight Liverpool followers all around the globe. Heskey, McAllister. Off goes Riese. He's really hung up the cross. That's another Bayern error. Izarazu that time. And then he ends up rather bundling Gerrard to the ground, and Gerrard penalised for what he contributed to that little escapade. Salihamidzic. Corner conceded by Stefan Anshaw. Well, that's one back. And Salihamidzic, when Bayern needed to dig deep, has done just that. Well, it may not all be over yet. Don't concede too many goals from corners, Liverpool, but the Bosnian got the better of them this time. And that's very powerfully flicked in. Still more than half an hour to go. Gerrard. Liverpool looking to pick up the pace again. And with Gerrard's pass, they might just do that. Riese! Good reply, having just conceded. Well, they might not be at full strength Bayern Munich, but they have a squad of players all bursting with pride, and the potential for humiliation here was great at 3-0. Now they've got it back to 3-1. Carragher's conceded a free kick. That's the right angle for a left-footed free kick specialist. Well, it needed from Lizarazu's deflected shot. Appeared to hoof it away for a corner. And Bayern looked to set up the set piece successfully as they did with Salihamidzic goal. Most difficult phase of the match really for Liverpool. Might yet get more difficult. There, Lizarazu, goalkeeper's ball. It's a poor kick from Westerveld. So back come Bayern again. Liverpool can sweep forward here. It was a poor ball by Robert Kovac in the first place, and then Owen couldn't pick out Risa. Just too long for Pizarro. And seemed to have brought it down with the use of an arm. It did just bounce up against that bicep of his left arm. More ball to arm than arm to ball, one would have thought, but the referee knows best. Lizarazu. Linker. Offside against Elbert. Ball wasn't quite early enough for him. Movement was good. Header, but not the angle that Liverpool were hoping for. Here's Hargreaves. Albert. Hopia going to be forceful against Futsa. Well, this is the best night the Monaco public have had, the neutrals here, for a Super Cup in terms of goals. 3 last season was the previous highest total. Some years, of course, it was a home and away contest. Hasn't always been fulfilled as a fixture by the clubs that qualify for it. Liverpool have pulled out on a couple of occasions. Cleared by Linker, taken up though by Gerrard. Heskey, Gerrard wants it back, he's onside. Owens in the middle. And Khan, to be fair, had started to come out to make his challenge, and I don't know whether Steven Gerrard actually would have been able to get the ball to Michael Owen if he got it over the head of the defender. See, Owen knew he was in with a chance. You can see how close Khan was to him. They do have a corner, Liverpool. They lead by 3 goals to 1. challenge, but recovered well. Igor Bischan has got the call to be the first Liverpool substitute. Another athletic midfield player. Heskey. Good turn by Thiam. Lizarazu. Salihamidzic. Bayern wanting to bring on two fresh players. Janke and the brother of Robert Kovac, Nico. Hargreaves. It's a good idea, but Gerrard able to cut it out, aware of his defensive discipline. Hargreaves. Sagnol. Hargreaves. Oh, it's a very cleverly painted to shoot and then passed it. Good ball, Owen, I think, was the message to the young midfield player. It was a good ball because it took Liverpool by surprise. Now the changes. Steven Gerrard has got 65 minutes under his belt, which will help his club and probably his country as well. Replaced by Bischan, who's an ideal candidate to do a similar job. Tizardo goes off for Janke, who's in line to play a part against England in Munich. And it's Sforza who gives way to Niko Kovac. Bischan's first touch was not an auspicious one. Janke. Finally going to need to dig very deep here, but on certainly a couple of players who are capable of influencing things through midfield and in attack, and in terms of muscle as well. Janke got to the ball, but it was from behind and potentially damaging. Big and brawny, and a little flick out as well. Heskey. Heskey's turn to react in a late way. Lizarazu speaks very good English and won't be lost for words in an argument. Heskey thought he was being fouled, being obstructed, but it was a silly way to respond. Easy to say that. We are dealing with human beings here and not unemotional robots. Thank goodness. Janke was a little bit late on Harman again. Cleared by Carrier. Heskey breathing fire. Trying to fasten on to that. Still set up for a Liverpool counter-attack, but they're not passing the ball as well at the moment as they were in the first half. It's a quarter of the game to go unless Bayern can take it into extra time. Salihamidzic, Babel. Well, he's not too happy, is he? Oh. Blood coursing through the veins and coming off. It's the young man who opened the scoring here, who's so happy to be playing for Liverpool, having left this club, Monaco. And what a thrill it must have been for him to grab that opening goal. Well, Danny Murphy will come on to work that flank. And the delay for substitution, maybe just allowing one or two tempers to cool a little bit. Murphy had a very good season last season. He got into double figures in terms of goals, justifying the faith put in him by Gerard Houllier. Took a while after his move to Liverpool from Crewe Alexandra for him to show some of his real potential. This is Gary McAllister. Almost not quite. Now the match of the UEFA Cup final. Looking to embroider proceedings in the Champions League. Here comes Sagnol. Now Janker. Bounce back off the East German. Behind for a goal kick. Another look at the skill and the affront, really, of the 36-year-old trying to play like Emil Heskey when it came to the sprint finish. They just cut him off at the pass, didn't they? Heskey, powerfully on again. 20 minutes left. Bayern Munich 1, Liverpool 3. 2 Liverpool goals in the first half and 1 within the 15 seconds at the start of the second half. Come back by Salihamidzic. Roque Santa Cruz. It's on for the goal scorer. He's also getting a bit hot under the collar, Salihamidzic, whether that played a part in the change. But a different type of approach maybe from Bayern now, with the 2 tall attackers. And Albert still there between them. Santa Cruz. Heskey's got a decision this time. And filling in the sandwich. Babel. Anchaud. Owen. This chance a square ball, though cut out. And he tugged away at the jersey of Niko Kovac. Another goal for Bayern now, and it would set up an interesting finale. Dia. Worked it to Sagnol. Liverpool looking to double up on the Frenchman. Oh, Murphy, well, just apologising because he wasn't really playing for that throw. He was just trying to roll the ball in field. But luck on Danny Murphy's side. Hargreaves. Lizarazu. Plenty of white shirts behind the ball. Hargreaves. Santa Cruz. He's a Paraguayan, but plays in Europe, I think, on a Spanish passport. And he's big, Castellanca, but not that tall. Didn't initially make much of a mark in German football and came to prominence in Austria with Rapid Vienna, helped them to a European final. There was some talk that he would be leaving Bayern Munich in the European closed season. He's still very much with the club. Linker. Sagnol. Diam. And the bottom line for Bayern Munich is they've got to get at least 2 without reply in the last 15 minutes to stand any chance of taking the silverware that looked destined for Anfield and still looks that way. It stayed at 3-0. I think Michael Owen might have been off by now, but Gerard Houllier, apart from being a charming man and very good company, is a pragmatic football philosopher. Played by Robert Kovac. Referee just waiting to see if there was any advantage for Liverpool there. Certainly kept the ball. There was no need to give them the free kick. It's a weak header by Thiam. McAllister nearly in again. He is a wonderful example of a professional who's taken really good care of himself, and you think he will be 37 on Christmas Day. And still looking very athletic. Piszczak. Babel. Blocking by Santa Cruz. Back with Hargreaves. It's gone out. Lizarazu wrong-footed by the misplaced pass. 5 minutes there, whether it was to a particular player or just what he wanted. I'm sure if they get through another 5 minutes, Gerard Houllier will start to believe that a 2-goal cushion is going to be enough to see them through the very closing stages. He's already got 2 substitutes on, Piszczak and Murphy. Babel. Owen. Babel. Piszczak. Murphy at the back post. Quick kick by Khan. Liverpool on guard at the back. Hargreaves. Lizarazu. Diam cropping up further and further forward. Lizarazu. They've got to go for it, Bayern. But there is a great risk if they do lose possession cheaply in this part of the pitch that Liverpool might just pick them off. They've got to take that chance. Niko Kovac. Held there. Free header for Linker. And a stray header from Murphy. Thea. Just a little spell either side of the Salihamidzic goal. So it showed Bayern in a better light. And here they come again, though, through Hargreaves. Elbert. Janka in the centre. Liverpool thought there was an offside there. Carragher turned at the assistant. Defended that corner better than the one from which they conceded. And Liverpool, and Bayern forced all the way back to Oliver Kahn. Thea. Play by Liverpool, owing with the last pass to Murphy. Keski gets himself across in front of Linker. Murphy. McAllister. Owen can play it back, keeping the ball. That's what the great Liverpool teams of the 70s and 80s were so good at. So successful in Europe at as well, until of course came the awfulness of a tragic night at Heysel in Brussels, and the ban of 6 years from European competition that Liverpool had to suffer through because of the misbehaviour of a section of their supporters. Santa Cruz. Elbert. Janka! Well, his physical power held off those trying to stop him. And there's even greater life breathed into Bayern Munich. Just looped up by Elbert. And some grabbing of Marcus Babel's shirt by Janka, but probably a bit back as well. But the sheer body strength of the German substitute keeps this Super Cup game alive. It's Bayern Munich 2, Liverpool 3. Minutes left on the clock. Thea. Sagnol. Hargreaves. Liverpool retreat. Our man tries to get his tackle in and does, but it's a Bayern throw. Just hopeful from Elbert. It was a trifle, really, but Janka made a great deal of it. Liverpool not happy. They saw the shirt pulling. But, as I say, it's often a two-way street. Robbie Fowler comes on for Michael Owen. It may well have been the 5 minutes we saw Gerard Houllier say was to Michael Owen to give him that warning that he was coming off. But the ball in the Bayern court now, and that means the Liverpool half. And it's Niko Kovac. Oh, my goodness. Lizarazu coming in on that, a sweeter contact, and Bayern could have been celebrating a rise from the grave as far as this game is concerned. The possibility of a miracle is still on. Santa Cruz. mentioned that game at Southampton almost a year ago in the Premiership when Liverpool led 3-0. Sanyol coming straight back at the team in white at the moment. 6 minutes left, plus stoppage time, of course. Here's something of a showpiece event in the UEFA calendar, this, and it's turned out to be quite a show. Christian struggling with Lizarazu, who's happy to go to ground, and the decision goes against Lizarazu for a dive. It was a close call. Liverpool in that moment breathe again, but they're not breathing easily. Didn't exactly switch off at 3-0, but they entered a comfort zone that they weren't entitled really to see as that. And it's distinctly uncomfortable for them now. One eye on the clock. Always the possibility that they might pick up the momentum again and strike on the counter-attack. Certainly no offside. Oh, and that was a chance to make absolutely sure, and it was a chance for the recently arrived Robbie Fowler. Bayern were very, very short of defenders, and you can understand that. They've got to get players forward. They're having a commendable go at creating a major comeback. Not the worst player in the air by any means, Robbie Fowler, and he'll see that as a disappointing header. Ball was, if anything, just a little bit too low. He committed himself to meeting it with the head, and the volley wouldn't have been out of the question. That's easy to say sitting up here. And this is Santa Cruz. He kept going, and Bayern are keeping going, and Westerveld has the punch. Unfortunately for him, it went to a Liverpool player, Gary McAllister. Albert, following it through, was injured in collision with the goalkeeper. I don't know whether Liverpool are aware of that. They've got a free kick now. Hargreaves on Harman, and some attention for the Brazilian is required. Well, he kept chasing Elba, and Bayern are keeping chasing here and refusing to accept this as a lost cause. And many a forward down the years who's been hurt in a collision with an outcoming goalkeeper, and goalkeepers, of course, have had their share of knocks and scrapes in those circumstances. Jarring for Elbert. Not yet jubilant for Westerveld and Liverpool, but they're getting closer. Arman chooses to take the free kick that he earned across to Carragher. Forward by Thiam, McAllister. Back to Westerveld. Kahn running out of time. Heskey. To get a free kick and nothing doing. The flag up against Janka. So we're into the 90th minute. But there'll be some time to add on. And if Bayern can nick another goal, then there'll be extra time to consider. Maybe looked a possibility when Owen scored so early after the restart of the second half. So got to hand it to Bayern, whatever the final outcome. Pia. Carragher. Murphy. A little bit of a desperate air. Come off Robert Kovac's head. Khan is there. Not the worst ball from the goalkeeper because it means Bayern have got to throw well forward. And another one. 3 extra minutes, of which, as you can see, we've had the best part of 30 seconds already. Bayern, who themselves were on the receiving end of an extraordinary comeback by Manchester United in the European Cup final of '99. Sagnol. Murphy got to it, but it's cost a corner. They've conceded to 2 headers, have Liverpool, from Salihamidzic and Janka, and Oliver Kahn being told to come and give it the go. So the goalkeeper is there. And he's now got a... Well, he hasn't got to chase back, he's repositioned. What a story this would be, but... Bayern couldn't get the cross in, they get a throw in. And it's Heskey who clears. Still Khan is acting as an extra outfield player. Oh, and he can stay up as well. It's a free kick. We're halfway through added time. Bayern seeking a goal to take us to extra time. And you wouldn't bet against it. And Khan and others careering in. And Heskey not happy, and it's not really the right sort of reaction. It's just had an undercurrent here. And Emil Heskey has often been involved in that. He feels perhaps he's been badly treated. Bit of a hand in the face, a gloved hand. All the fun of the fair. But it is a chance for Liverpool to clear their lines. Heskey, Biszczak, Pia. Here come Bayern again. It's been a really noble effort. Santa Cruz, oh, he did the work with the ball at his feet so well. When it came to the pass, the radar was wrong. Well, it's been value for money in Monaco tonight. And I hope you are watching on SBS and Fox Sports. I've enjoyed every minute of it. And we're dealing in the closing seconds now. And Gary McAllister saying, well, that's it, surely, if the ball is stuck upfield into the far corner. A losing night, it seems, for Franz Beckenbauer, the Bayern president. Indeed it is, and Gerard Houllier has led Liverpool to trophy number 5 in the year 2001. It was a closer call than it might have been when they led 3-0. But they have beaten Bayern Munich despite a brave late rally from the German club, who are here as holders of the European Cup. But the UEFA Cup winners are the Super Cup winners, and that is Liverpool FC. So Bayern still looking to be successful in this particular venture. Twice losers of the Super Cup in the mid-70s. And Liverpool have achieved the first for an English club. They've won it a second time following their success in 1977, when their current assistant manager Phil Thompson was one of the scorers. They beat German opposition then in Hamburg. So Didi Hamann and Marcus Babbel can savour the extra satisfaction of beating their old club, some old mates. Liverpool, well, looked as though they were romping it. Risa and Heskey in the first half. Owen, after a disastrous mistake by Thiam at the start of the second half. And they just got to them a bit, the comfort of that 3-0 lead. They were shaken a bit by Salihamidzic's header. They were stirred into some late defending when they conceded again to Carsten Janker. But it is congratulations to Liverpool after a nervous finale. The referee taking a pretty lenient view of one or two awkward moments, and look at that possession. 61% for Bayern Munich, and it's a not unfamiliar story for Liverpool. It's what you do with the ball when you have it that matters, and they do have the players to defend well, like Jamie Carragher. There's Phil Thompson. I mentioned his goal in the Super Cup of 77, and he was a winner, and he's a winner as part of the management team tonight. The League Cup was won in February. In May, it was a double of the FA Cup and UEFA Cup to make it 3. Then the Charity Shield in England, and beating Manchester United carries plenty of weight. They did that by 2-1 earlier this month, and by the odd goal in 5 tonight, they have got another piece of silverware to display proudly in the Anfield trophy cabinet. And the counter-attacking philosophy, as I said at the time, a perfect example of it. For the opening goal midway through the first half, Owen the provider, Risa roaring in to show his new teammates and some old friends in the ground what he's made of. Very crisp and incisive for the opening goal. Great vision by Owen. And he's not just a goal getter. And this was right on half-time, goal number 2, and it was all really the work of Emil Heskey. When he was brought to Liverpool at a cost of some £11 million by Gerard Houllier, his record at Leicester suggested that it was a bit of a gamble in terms of punching his way through goals. But he certainly is, in some 18 months as a Liverpool player, has shown that that was almost a bargain, despite the size of the fee. And when he's in this sort of mood and this sort of physical shape, he's very hard to rein in. Well, Bayern, as now is the custom, up for their losers' medals. Bernhard Johansson on the left, Gerhard Eigner with him. The presentation dignitaries from UEFA, of course. Not the celebrations of Milan for Bayern Munich here in Monaco this evening. And Oliver Kahn, who hoped he'd be coming up at the back of the line to collect the Super Cup as captain, still manages a smile. And he'll be turning his thoughts to trying to cement Germany's World Cup qualification in Munich in 8 days' time. Hitzfeld, who of course went into the record books, only the second coach to win the European Cup with 2 different clubs. He did it with Borussia Dortmund in 1997 and of course in May with Bayern Munich. The souvenirs for the officials. Certainly a referee who deserves his high European ranking. Victor Melo Pereira and his assistants tonight. Great honour for them to be chosen to take part. So now the scene is set to move from the Bayern frowns to the Liverpool smiles. Michael Owen's goal turned out to be the winner, and with his contribution for the opening goal as well, he is the choice panel of football experts and the men from the media as well, who are given the task of nominating a player. They plumb for Owen, and he certainly had a major influence on the outcome. Still only 21. So in Monaco, on this balmy August evening, the spotlight shines on Liverpool. And these, a group of players, Gerard Houlliér's squad, are getting used to this type of occasion. Westerveld, a successful return. Riese, the outset of his Liverpool career. Important night for him, and that goal will mean a great deal. The man of the match, and Didi Hamann. Gary McAllister, who's suddenly getting medals in his mid-30s. Did win the championship in England with Leeds United back in '92. Will Liverpool move on from here to a successful challenge to Manchester United's supremacy in the league in England? That's, I suppose, the ultimate judgment call for them. So the medals have been presented. The manager who really has transformed Liverpool Football Club the Frenchman Gerard Houllier. The man with the Midas touch at the moment. And now what? And Liverpool came here to collect. They've got it. They've got three captains really these days. Redknapp, Fowler and Houllier. And it's a trio of triumph. It's a team triumph. And that team is Liverpool, winners of the UEFA Super Cup for 2001. What a year it has been for the men from Merseyside.
A resurgent Liverpool have continued the same way they have started the season. They lifted the Charity Shield a week before the Premier League, and they have qualified for the main draw in the Champions League, and here they are in Monaco, defeating Bayern Munich 3-2. But credit to the Germans for the way they fought back, Robbie Slater and Philip Moss.
Yep, certainly. I said at half-time, never write off the Germans, and I think that was seen towards the end of the game. But Liverpool must be getting used to this, mightn't they? Team photos, confetti, medals. They're just the cup kings at the moment.
That's 4 cups and, of course, a Charity Shield this year alone.
In 6 months, it's fantastic for the club, and Gerard Houllier is fast etching himself in Liverpool history, isn't he? He's a very successful manager. Great to see. I think Liverpool probably committed a little bit of sloppiness in defence in the second half to let Bayern Munich back into the game, but in the end they held out for the all-important victory.
It's Phil Thompson, Robbie Fowler's mate there, in shot.
Yeah, you could see them just having a hug, couldn't you? Straight
that
after.
won't happen for a couple of weeks.
No, well, yeah, probably a couple of years, mate.
I thought Emile Heskey's goal was probably the pick of the fight.
Oh, fantastic. It was all about his power, wasn't it?
Although Owens actually, oh, gee.
Well, Owens was great, but it was shocking defending by Thiam. He got caught ball watching, and the ball's in the air for a long, long time. And at the last moment, he realised he'd misjudged. It was too late. Owen, one touch with the right foot, and the second one was left foot into the back of the net. But again, Liverpool, first half was all them. Early part of the second half looked like they would run away with it, and then, as I said, to Bayern Munich's credit, they came back and, they could have snatched an equaliser at the end there.
It shouldn't be understated, the comeback as well, because Liverpool have scored in the 2 danger periods, really, just before and after half-time. That usually kills teams off.
Can you hear the music in the background, Robbie?
Should we start giving it the old sway?
Oh, we've already done that once.
We can't, because we upset so many other people when we do that. But that's a very disappointing cup, isn't it? It's only very little.
It's not a very super cup, is it?
But the thing is, they've got really no time to celebrate, have they? They'll probably be back on a plane straight away. Yeah,
Bolton on Monday night.
Big game.
England.
And look, and I know I don't want to be a party pooper, and I mean, everyone knows who I'm allied to, sort of thing. But the 5 cups are great, but what they really want is the Premiership. They really, really want that. It's been a long time, and that's the one they want to win.
I think Liverpool will be there. I think there's going to be a few teams that will push Man U. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion like we anticipated.
No, I like Arsenal, and I like Liverpool, obviously. There's Fowler. Look, everything's hunky-dory now, isn't it? But
what does Gerard Houllier do? He's got Fowler, Heskey and Owen.
Well, what does he do?
3 into 2 don't go. 3 into 2 don't go.
But Alex Ferguson's got the same thing. All the clubs have. All the clubs that are going to challenge this season have virtually got the same problem. And it's going to be, and we know what Gerard Houllier is going to do. There's no secret. He's going to rotate. And by Fowler apologising to Phil Thompson, he's virtually accepted that now.
I think it'll be based on a week-to-week proposition too, Andy. I mean, they're all, quality players. On tonight's form, obviously, Heskey and Owen were on song. Fowler missed a pretty easy chance when he came on, so decision made probably for the next game, I would imagine.
It's always tough to come on and deliver, but at the end of the day, it's a headache that Gerard Houllier would prefer to have.
Yeah, of course. I mean, having 3 players of that calibre to fit into 2 places is a coach's dream. as long as he does rotate them and keep them all happy, I can't see why they won't all play major parts in the Premiership push this season.
I guess the big thing is it's these games, isn't it? It's the massive games, you know, the finals that I think is a problem for Fowler. He wants to be involved in these big games, and it's not always been the case. You know, he never started in the UEFA Cup final in Dortmund. He came on and scored. You know, he hasn't started again tonight. He didn't start the Charity Shield. So I guess that's the problem for him. And I don't think he started the FA Cup final either. I'm pretty sure he didn't.
I don't think he did either. There's so many games to play, Robbie. At the end of the day, these squads are so full now.
Yep.
You've got not just used to be like 15, 16 in the good old days, but
that's
now
exactly right. Yeah.
You need 24, 25, and just taking out of this game the aspect of the international next week, where Bayern Munich have 4 players that have been picked in that squad to play England in Munich, and we'd expect Liverpool to have heavy representation like they did in the last international as well. So there's a bit in that as well, looking ahead.
Yeah, no, it's a massive game for England especially, and you could, you know, hope to see Heskey and Michael Owen up front for England. You know, you talked about Bayern Munich's players, obviously Kahn in goal. They had Zickler as well, who was on the bench tonight for Bayern Munich, who's in the squad.
Okay, gentlemen, I think that basically wraps it up for another live broadcast. You're busy this weekend,
Are you going to say something, or...?
Oh, I'm just off to play my semi-final with the Manly League
Who you got today, mate?
We're up against Dulwich Hill in the Super League semi-final.
Are you getting dropped today, or are you going to play?
No, I won't be getting dropped.
He got dropped last time he come on.
He got dropped?
Yeah.
No way.
Apparently his coach turned on the TV set and he was sitting here at 1 o'clock in the morning.
It was a tactical ploy.
Yeah, it really worked. You lost.
Yeah, thanks. Sure,
Listen,
Dutch will be thrilled with you.
Yeah, nah, look, there's no doubt the Warringah Dolphins, who are a satellite club of the Spirit, who can say that?
Absolutely.
I'm sure they're going to get up and win today, especially with Phil back in the fold.
That's right.
But, mate, there's no rest for us, because I'll see you at Fox Sports Central tomorrow.
Yes, Fox Sports Central, Sunday afternoon.
Is that tomorrow afternoon or today?
Yeah, it's Saturday morning. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon.
It's Saturday morning, because it's like being in a plane in here, isn't it? Like,
and
you just don't know what time it is. And tomorrow night as well.
Thanks very much, gentlemen. Greatly appreciated. I'm looking forward to final time today as well, the under-10As of Forest Rangers and the San Susi Premier League in Sydney. But later on today, don't forget, Premier League football restarts again. Plenty of live football. There's 4 games coming your way. First one is Southampton against Chelsea. That's at 11:55 p.m. Eastern on our main sports channel. Then on Sunday, the double-header, the first game. In that double-header, Aston Villa are up against Manchester United. Do join us at 10:55 p.m. Eastern. And then we're off to the northeast for the big derby between a somewhat struggling Newcastle United and Sunderland. And then on Monday evening, you can see all the Premier League highlights first up here on Fox at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 2. And our last instalment is an interesting one, because Liverpool get back together for their Premier League campaign and they take on the league leaders, Bolton. And that's Tuesday morning at 4:55 a.m. Eastern. Another exciting game, 5 goals in the end. Liverpool looked set for a classic victory at 3-0, but credit to Bayern Munich. The European champions did fight back, but Liverpool prevailed in the end. Until next time, it's bye for now.